Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here, welcome back to Union Cross. So, I made this video with the other video, but because it became so long, it was almost half an hour, I decided to split these two into two, and I want to talk about Illustrated Neku in this one and the damage contest on a separate video because I go over quite a lot, so I decided to make this part here that's going to be attached to the original video. So, throughout this whole video, we will be talking just about the two banners right there, Illustrated Neku and the damage contest. Sorry about the terrible cut-in. Alright, with all that being covered, let's jump into the update that happened today. Get Illustrated Neku within 5 draws. Now, a lot of you guys highly recommend that I play The World Ends With You, and I really want to. I actually went to go watch a little bit of a clip on it, and I can say that the artwork looks amazing, the voice actors sound amazing, and on top of that, the music is so good. And I also went to go watch someone's JP video to listen to the background music of Neku here, and it's beautiful, guys. It is beautiful. I would pull the medal just for that background music, hands down. Love it. So maybe somewhere in the future I might do it as a playthrough, or I might play it on stream once I start streaming again. Hopefully I do, guys. But let's talk about the medal itself. Illustrated Neku. So 5 pulls, you get him guaranteed. He's gonna have 3 orbs. He is one of the tier 6s that is left, and there is not much tier 6s left. We're gonna talk about that as well. So you get this medal, 5 deals, get to 3 orbs, and along in this, they word this very specifically. Right here, you're guaranteed it, we know that. You'll also receive at least 1 recent tier 5 or tier 6 medal. And I was like, okay, do you really mean like the ones we just had? And what are you selecting? But then I scrolled down, and right here is the list. Now the tier 6s are very, very good choices. 70% of these medals right here are going to be really good for you. HD Antiform Sora, Final Boss Shion, HD Shion, Tifa and Aerith, the Illustrated Neku, really good. Any of these, even the King's Roar, Illustrated Aqua B, and 0.2 Terra and Sora, really good medals as well, but the ones I listed first are top tier. If you have an extra attack copycat medal, Tifa and Aerith, and 2 medals, 6 strength up, 6 general defense down. But pulling for this banner will guarantee you pretty good medals, especially the tier 5s, guys. There's a 0.2 Kairi in there, really good medal. HD Ventus, Ansem so they're good, but you don't need them. HD Wisdom Form Sora, if you have Tifa and Aerith, you're solid. Same thing with Ventus, Vanitas, Lord of the Dead, Lingering Will. Lingering Will, really good medal as well, but it is the tier 5 compared to the tier 6s we just got for the high score challenges of the other attributes, meaning Donald and Goofy. The H-Star Valor Form, HD Master Form, HD Limit Form Sora are also part of this deal. So, a lot of buffs, a lot of debuffs, and a lot of good solid medals like 0.2 Kairi, the copycat medals, and all that. So, the medals that they've chosen really make this banner a beautiful banner. But, in my opinion, guys, it's hard to judge. It really depends what you have. If you already have 0.2 Kairi, if you already have a copycat medal, then you can pretty much not care about this entire list right here. But if you do get any of these medals here, they have high multipliers and they got good buffs on them. But let's talk about the medal himself. So I haven't played it yet, but I can tell you guys just by looking at this medal, he looks amazing. Let me pop out what I got here ready for you guys. Hopefully this is the one. Right here, this is what Illustrated Neku looks fully gilded and ready to go. Deals 6 hits, raises speed base strength by 4 tiers for 2 turns. So if you don't have extra attack and you use this guy for multiple turns like raid bosses or anything Union Cross, you're gonna have max speed buffs with 1 medal. Amazing. Really, really, really good. But it inflicts more damage the more special attacks used in succession. Now, that is wrong there, so everyone ignore that part right there. What it really does, the more gauges use this turn. I just want to show this for a second. 7,463 strength with a multiplier of 13.19. My mic's in the way, so I couldn't see that. So the multiplier is insane. I'm going to close this up, and we're going to go back to what he does right here. It inflicts more damage the more gauges use this turn. Now, it's very specific what it says. It's not with attacks in succession. It is the more damage, the more gauges use this turn. Now, why is this so important, and why do I kind of give this a little bit of not hate, a little bit of a downside to it? Basically, What this means, if you have a Keyblade setup where you use like 0.2 Kari, a Tairi, copycat metals, or metals with attack boost 4 max and SP gauge 1, well, you will probably not hit the requirement. Now, I don't know what the requirement is, but when you go off one of my Keyblade setups, if you put what I use HD Nominee, I use 0.2 Kari, I use a Key Art Sky, right there I've only used 2 SP, then I hit a Tairi, I'm still only using 2 SP, and by the time I hit this metal here, I've only used 5 SP, including himself. Now, I don't know what the requirement is to go for this. I should have looked that up before we done this, but I believe this is the first metal that we have that has this kind of requirement to inflict more damage the more gauges used this turn. Not more metals activated, just gauges used. So if you have 19 SP, you have to go to like 7 SPUs or something like that. I don't know the exact number. I'm sorry about that. I should have looked it up, but I totally forgot. So with that being said, if it's a low number like 4 or something, then you're safe because only you have to use like 1 SP before you use him. Now, I don't know if he counts for himself as well. That is something that we should talk about in the comment section. Again, I'm really sorry. I should have this information, but I don't. Just gonna give you guys that heads up that yes, the metals multiplier is huge at 13.19, but the requirement is very specific. And if you have a Keyblade setup like mine with a lot of 0 SP cost metals and a lot of SP gauge metals, then you're pretty much going to have a hard time activating his full potential. And that also kind of hurts him too, because he has to be near halfway through the Keyblade or in the end of the Keyblade to have his full potential. He cannot be in the beginning to give that buff. So even his buff is specifically for himself, the spirit metal, and the friend metal. So he's very specific where he has to sit, unless your first 2-3 metals cost a lot of SP. So that being said, it is a good metal, but it has to be very specific and very situational as well. But when you look at upright speed metals, where they sit near the end of the Keyblade. Sleeping Lion, Fairy Stars, Olympia is the only one that has the 3rd slot, which is a nice multiplier. It's like 2.5. It's nothing great, but 2.5 at level 30. Or level 32. I forget which one's at, but I do have it at 2.5. I think it goes a little bit more than that. But so with that one, you do have to have metals with a lot of SP. Again, whatever the SP cost is. So as much as I really like this metal, it is very situational. So to me, this is going to be a skip. I know that sounds really bad. I'm sorry, Tyler, talking to you specifically, but let me give you guys a little heads up. I'm not going to do a sneak peek for this. What I'm going to talk about is that how many tier 6s we have left until we start seeing tier 7s. So with this being the newest metal out, we have one more banner for tier 5s, and that's going to be the tune metals. And we talked about tune metals before. They're just like the HD forms that we just got, but they also raise enemies counters on their head, which is going to be a new mechanic coming out very soon. And with that also being said, that's the last tier 5s coming out. The amount of tier 6s we have left, we only have 5 pullable tier 6s, 3 VIP tier 6s, and 3 high score challenge tier 6s. So when you think about that, that's only 5 banners worth of tier 6s. Because when we get a new pullable medal, we usually get a VIP with that. And if we get a VIP and a pullable medal, we get a high score challenge. We're looking at 5 more updates of banners. 6 if you count the tune medal. So in 6 more banners, we will start seeing tier 7s or near tier 7s, and that is not going to take that long, especially if they release a new banner every 2 weeks. You guys can do the math. Tier 7s are around the corner, and if tier 7s are around the corner, you already know what I'm talking about. All of those new masters, the Kari EX, so what you guys are saving up for is coming. But again, do not skip out on medals that you actually need. Yes, it seems like they're pretty close, but we're still talking about months, and in those months you'll get plenty of jewels. But remember, if you're chasing EX medals, you're not guaranteed them, so you can save up 100,000 jewels right now. Kari EX comes out, you can spend all 100,000 and not pull her. Now you might think that's ridiculous, but there's lots of videos out there, not including mine, that show you EX medals, especially Sephiroth EX. People spent so much and didn't even pull one. So go ahead guys, save as much as you want, but be careful with EX medals. Don't get your hopes up high. Don't think I saved up 50,000 jewels, 40,000, 60,000, 100,000. It does not guarantee that medal unless they change it for North America, which I doubt they will when it comes to EX medals. So that's all the information I got about these medals. Let's jump into the damage contest. Now, this banner doesn't, or sorry, this notice doesn't show anything. It's actually a terrible notice. It's actually frozen right now. Okay, so it was my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi was completely screwing up. But here we go. Notices, damage contest is here. So put your strongest firepower to the test. It's here for 4 days. Who can dish out the most damage? We've done one of these before. It was for Chernobog. And I didn't make it. Anybody with Cloudy EX or a bunch of crazy gilted medals basically was able to make top 1000 and hit the damage score. Now the reward score was huge, but this time it's not for an actual medal. It's for Fantasia Mickey B and Magic Brooms. It doesn't show you what the percentage medals are. It explains how it works, but let's go into rankings. Let's see if anyone's done this already. So 2,747,000. I'm not going to go into your setup. You guys can look at that yourself. Remember, you can check everyone's setup, so nothing's really hidden these days, so everything's out in the open. But they just made enough to get themselves a Fantasia Mickey B. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 Magic Brooms here. So these are the rewards for hitting the score. You get 3 Magic Brooms and 1 Fantasia Mickey B for getting the max score. And then rankings for making ranking rewards. Top 1000 will get 2 Fantasia Mickey Bs. 1 Fantasia Mickey B for top 2000 with no Magic Brooms, just solid Fantasia Mickey B. So if you hit the score and you're in top 1000, that's 3 Fantasia Mickey Bs. That is huge. That is better than a medal like getting Illustrated Goofy, Illustrated Donald. Really good medals, but Fantasia Mickey B is any medal in the game. So you can gilt whatever medal you guys want. Once you pull them, you basically have another copy of that. So if you guys pull one of the new master medals that come out later, you have a copy of the medal. Fantasia Mickey Bs always have high value. So this is actually a really good high score challenge, or sorry, damage contest. But what I was looking at, if you do get those 3 brooms and you make top 5,000, that's 5 of them. They also have a top 10,000 place, which is nice, for 1 Magic Broom. So Magic Broom and Magic Mirrors. So that's pretty good. Actually, this is actually a really nice, relaxing damage contest. Even if you can't make it too high, you still get yourself a Fantasia Mickey B right there for top 5,000, because 5 Magic Brooms is a Fantasia Mickey B. So I don't know why they didn't just put a Fantasia Mickey B there. Top 5,000 and top 2,000 are exactly the same, except for the Magic Gem. So oh no, you got brooms. You got to push an evolve button and use Fantasia Mickey A's. So top 5,000 to top 1,001 get 1 Fantasia Mickey B. So that's the only difference right there, guys. I will be doing a video for this. Definitely going to be very excited for this. I don't know what the actual medal enemy itself is. Well, I know what the enemy is. Oh, okay. So we're using power medals again? We got to go with our power medals again to do the most damage. No, you don't specifically have to go with power medal. You can do magic versus speed. It's whatever your strongest setup is. It does not mean your strongest power setup. Go in with the setup that does the most damage. So if your speed medals are the best medals you got, speed versus speed. If power is the best you got, power versus speed. If magic's the best you got, magic versus speed. So with that being said, let's look at the requirements for the actual medals. 1% medals are buffers and copycat medals. See, this is my setup right here, guys, that I've been showing you over and over. Nominate copying your 0.2 Kyrie. You got Tire to restore your SP. So right there is 3 SP. If you guys illustrated VV, you got a lot of good medals here. But remember, the more damage you do, the more score you get. So I'll definitely be putting out a guide for this to help you guys do the maximum damage. I was never really good at the last one. I did make top 5,000 on my free-to-play account as well, and top 1,000 on my main account. So I'll give out as much advice as I actually have for this. But that is everything for this update that I can see through the notices. Anything else I missed, let me know in the comment section. Let everybody else know. Also, let me know what you're going to do with your illustrated Neku right there, guys. Are you going to pull it? Are you going to skip it? Basically, for me, it's going to be a skip on both accounts. Anti-form Sora was so much more value to me. I know you're going to hate me right now, Tyler, but yes, I'm skipping out on both of these. even if a high score challenge comes out, I'm skipping out on it. I can't spend 15,000 jewels on my free-to-play account, and my main account is going to stay at saving jewels for quite a while. So let me know what you're doing in the comment section. That's it for this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.